Dear students, today I will teach you a new poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers by Adrienne Rich. First about the poet. She was an American poet, essayist and feminist. She is widely known for her involvement in contemporary women's movement as a poet and theorist. So you have come across the word feminism. Actually, she is one of the poets who have raised their voice against the male chauvinism. Male chauvinism means the dominion of the male, where male is considered superior than the women. Rich's prose collections are widely acclaimed for their erudite, lucid, and poetic treatment of politics, feminism, history, racism, and many other topics. In this poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, she tells about the constraints of a married life that a woman experiences. Aunt Jennifer is the protagonist of the poem, and she represents women all over the world, and particularly women in America during the 1950s. Actually, that time there was male dominion, and women were considered inferior to the male. She represents the kind of women who were caught under the oppressive hand of a patriarchal society. Patriarchal means where male is considered superior to women. The poet Adrienne Rich, through the simple lines of this poem, delineates a woman's struggles with expression and rebellion. Say that this poem is a poem of rebellion also, where Aunt Jennifer rebelled against the male dominion and male dominated society. There are 3 quatrains in this poem. Quatrains means 4-lined stanza, and these lines expose the desolating effects of patriarchy, means male dominated society. In the first stanza, the poet first introduces us to the Aunt Jennifer's dreams, her desire of freedom. In the second stanza, we are introduced to the reality of Aunt Jennifer's world. And the third stanza is the narrative of the future. Let us begin with the poem. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. In this poem, through Aunt Jennifer's character, the poet has tried to explore the inner feelings of a woman and how they are suppressed in the male-dominated society. When they fail to oppose the male dominion, their male counterpart, they express their feelings through art. In this poem, we can see Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. The title, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, initially it seems as if they are the pets of Aunt Jennifer, but it is not. They are the creation of her art, and she embroiders tigers on a piece of cloth. She designs tigers on a piece of cloth, which shows that she has inner desire to be strong, to be powerful, and to live a life of freedom. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance, jumping, a movement. Across a screen, the tigers are shown as if they are moving, they are jumping. Bright topaz denizens of the world of green. The poet describes the tigers that they are bright topaz denizens of a world of green. So bright topaz denizens, bright topaz, it refers to the bright color of the skin of the tigers, yellowish brown color of a stone, topaz. Denizens, very elegant word is used here. Actually, denizens, citizens. So very elegant word is used here for the tigers, that they are bright colored animals of a world of green. And world of green means they live in forest. Bright topaz denizens. So these bright colored animals, bright colored here animals live in the forest, and bright topaz denizens, here it is metaphor for the bright colored here tigers. They don't fear the men beneath the tree. Again, it is the inner desire of the Aunt Jennifer that they don't fear the men, means they are very brave, they are courageous, while Aunt Jennifer was just opposite to them, means tigers and Aunt Jennifer are put in contrast. Tigers don't fear the men, while Aunt Jennifer was too much terrified by the men. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty, and these tigers move very smoothly, sleek, chivalric certainty, chivalric, courageous, elegant, certainty, quite confident. The tigers are quite confident of their power and courage. So the tigers are full of courage. Actually, she creates tigers on a piece of cloth. She embroiders tigers on the piece of cloth, and it is her inner desire. It is her inner expression through the creation of art. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. In the second stanza, we come to know about the suppression of the Aunt Jennifer at the hands of her husband. She has become too much nervous and too much weak that her hands flutter, fingers fluttering through her wool. It is metaphor, it is alliteration. Fingers fluttering is alliteration. In the first stanza, you have seen that they do not fear, and below they patience, sleek, chivalric, certainty. So when two words are repeated in consecutive lines, the same words are repeated in the consecutive lines, it is an example of anaphora. It is an example of anaphora, is a poetic device. In the second stanza, Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering, the repetition of the consonant sound in the consecutive words, fingers fluttering, it is an example of alliteration. Through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. She has become so much weak, physically weak, mentally weak, that it becomes very difficult for her to pull the needle, ivory needle. Actually, it is irony that the light needle, which is made of tusk of an elephant, she feels very difficult to pull it through the wool. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band, actually, the wedding ring has a very high weight on her, means the responsibilities of the married life has entrapped her, and now it is very difficult for her to come out of it. Sits heavily upon the commands of her husband, the pressure of her husband, and sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands, means she was entrapped in it, and she was bound by her marriage life responsibilities, by the commands of her husband, and she was feeling nervous. She had lost her confidence. So it shows the physical and mental condition of Aunt Jennifer in the second stanza, and it puts Aunt Jennifer and the tigers in quite contrast. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. When Aunt is dead, actually it is for the complete submission of the women. Aunt Jennifer is representative of all women. So when aunt is dead, it means that when the women will accept the dominion of the male, and she would submit herself. It is the complete submission of a woman. Her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. Means her terrified hands, it is transferred epithet. So even after death, even after her submission, the fingers, the hands will be uh, burdened with the rings. Rings is the responsibilities of the marriage, or the symbols of the married life, which will remain still in the hands even after death. Means which has suppressed not only the physical presence, but it has passed into her soul also. Her spirit was so much suppressed that it will pass into her death also. With ordeals she was mastered by, the difficulties of the married life. She was mastered by who mastered her? Her husband, the male-dominated society. The tigers in the panel that she made. Actually, tigers are the symbol of male-dominated society. Tigers are the symbols of freedom, courage, power also. So the tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Means the art which she had created on the panel, it would live even after her death. Means male-dominated society will continue. The death of Aunt Jennifer would not make any difference. Many Aunt Jennifers would come and go, but the male-dominated society will remain forever. So this is the poem which has told about the male-dominated society, how women are suppressed, how their feelings are crushed, and through the character of Aunt Jennifer, we have come to know that the condition of women is very bad in the society, and the male, wherever there is male-dominated society, the women are always suppressed. Some figures of speech like alliteration in fingers fluttering, then in prancing proud, in chivalric certainty. These are examples of alliteration. And transferred epithet, I told you, in terrified fingers. The fingers are shown as terrified. The word who is terrified, actually Aunt Jennifer was terrified, not the fingers. So transferred epithet. Then imagery, the poet has used imagery also. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens offered of green. So it portrays an idealistic dream-like world where nothing can go wrong. When the word screen is shown, readers' minds jump to the relaxing hobby of needle. They think that it is a beautiful work of art. Imagery is there. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. We can imagine Aunt Jennifer embroidering on a piece of cloth. Her work looks graceful, delicate and light as fluttering holds the connotation of the bird's wings. This fluttering, it has a meaning like that of bird's wings, like birds flutter their wings. In symbols, tiger is the symbol of fear and terror, perpetrated on women by male words, male dominion society. And at the same time, it is the symbol of freedom of spirit also, which Aunt Jennifer dreams. Bright topaz, I have told you that bright yellowish brown color of the tiger skin. Fluttering wool, it shows the very extensive oppression of the women by the male. Uncle's wedding band, it is the suppression of women in matrimony, means the suppression of women at the male's hand. Embroidery, the symbol of creative expression. If I talk about the visual imagery, bright topaz, denizens, word of green, these are the visual imagery. You can see before your eyes these things. Personification, they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. In this line, Adrian Rich has given the tigers a chivalric characteristic through personification. As much as fairy tales and stories disagree, tigers in real life are not novel, they are wild animals. They are personified here. The tigers in the panel that's image will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So they are given humanly attribute. The tigers are shown that how important these tigers are. They have courage and pride that Aunt Jennifer never had. And if I talk about the rhyme scheme, the rhyme scheme is A, A, B, B, C, C, and this makes it lyrical in nature. Words at the end like screen, green, band, hand, lie, by, etc. bring out a playful rhythm. This is the end of the poem. Thank you and have a nice day.